All right, folks, welcome to another Destiny 2 update video. All right, today we're gonna go over HOTFIX 3.1.1.1.1.1.1.1. Not to be confused with 3.1.1.1, but whatever. All right, it's up. It's a hotfix. All right. I gotta remind you guys to know the difference between a hotfix and an update. A hotfix is pretty much just some paint slapped over something just to hold it off until they get to the next big beefy update that they can do to implement more fixes that'll stick a little bit harder. But this one comes with some interesting updates, and then I'm gonna get to the meat and potatoes of it all right just from the get-go. Skip all the other little things like the UI fixes and a couple of the quest and pursuits and things like that. We're gonna talk about all of the gameplay fixes as well as the nerfs to a lot of the stasis things going on. So first up, we got the armor here. Updated Manual of Battle Harmony to function in PvP correctly. All right, grant small amount of energy when defeating guardians with weapons matching the damage type of the super, and grant small damage bonus when defeating enemies with weapons matching the damage type of your super while your super is full, but at a shorter duration than when you defeat combatants in PvE. All right, so now we got another PvP exotic. All right, seems we'll see how that works out as we get in here. Also, today is the week of violence, aka Iron Banner. Just want to make sure I point that out as well. We will be joining into that. For now, though, hop over here. You. Right now, person that's watching this video, make sure you go check me out over at twitch.tv/Roads of Silence. I stream there mostly daily, but you can check out the times on the channel as well at the end of this video. All right, make sure you go over there, click the follow button, come hang out with us live. Usually when I'm doing these videos, I do them live, but sometimes, you know, we get some pre-recorded stuff in there, and you might like this, might like the environment and want to hang out with us on screen live over there. Definitely go check that out. All right, also make sure you click that like button and subscribe to this video as well while you're watching this video. Go do it right now. Take a little bit of time. That's it. I see y'all. Back to the video. All right, we're back. Next up, weapons. They fixed the issue with the Eyes of Tomorrow, doing less damage to mini bosses. All right, remember last week we talked about that in the TWAB, as well as the patch note saying what they wanted to address with the Eyes of Tomorrow. It was not broken for all bosses. It was only broken for mini bosses. It was doing an obscene amount of damage to mini bosses, like little damage, not big damage, small damage. So they fixed that, and now it coincides with the rest of the damage that it could do, which is good. All right, now we got a good exotic rocket launcher again. Hey, Galahorn 3.0. All right, they fixed an issue where guardians could embrace their darker side and damage their teammates using the frenzy perk, so that's fixed. And the unrelenting perk has been added to the swarm machine gun. I'm not sure why, but now we got a new perk on there, and that's one of my favorite perks to be honest. I love that perk. Works very well in PvP. Whether some people like to think it doesn't or not, I for one am a big fan of the perk. All right, moving on. We got the nerfs to some of the stasis abilities, aspects, and fragments and things of that nature. So let's get started with Hunters. The Shatter Dive. They have removed the damage resistance from Shatter Dive, so now you can get shot out of that shit. All right. They've added a 4-second cooldown between the activations of Shatter Dive as well. So now, just like Icarus Dash, you have to wait after activating it once. Thank you. I was thinking about this during last week, and I'm like, all right, I hope that they implement some form of cooldown in between, because we're at that, like, I just unlocked it last week, and as I started to use it a little bit, I'm like, yo, man, I can just do this whenever I want to. Like, that's stupid. So thankfully they've added in the 4-second cooldown, so now it should be a little bit more balanced. Withering Blade, it's getting hit pretty hard. They decreased Withering Blade's damage against players from 90 to 65 damage, but PvE damage is the same. All right, they decreased Withering Blade's slow stacks applied to players from 60 to 40, but again, PvE stacks are the same. They've decreased the target acquisition range of Withering Blade after its impact a player from 12 meters to 8 meters. Range after impacting PvE enemies is unchanged. So you're going to see this a lot throughout all of the changes for all the classes, that they've changed PvP items but not PvE. Does this look like the start of some form of separation of sandboxes? Because I mean, if you tune in one side and not the other, I don't know. This gives me hope. This gives me big hope, and we'll talk about that later after we go over the rest of the classes. All right, moving on. We're going over the Titans right now. Glacial Quake. They've removed the AoE freeze against players on Supercast. It will still freeze PvE enemies on the cast though. This change I don't agree with. I feel like it's already a weak super at a distance when it comes to casting, just casting alone. As far as casting the super, it's weak. So I think the freeze would have been still okay, but they made the decision to get rid of it. I'm not in agreement with this at all, but I digress. Moving on. They reduced the damage resistance while in the super from 60% to 50%. 100% agree with this. All right. They've increased the energy cost of using Shivering Strike with Glacial Quake from 3% to 7%. 100% agree with that. The super lasts way too long and you can get way too many hits out of it. So utilizing Shiver Strike. So I'm glad they got rid of that. Using the combo of Shiver Strike and then a Heavy Slam, it wasn't costing you super energy, and they fixed this. So now when you use a Shiver Strike and the Slam, it will cost you damn near your entire freaking super. Thank you. All right, Shiver Strike itself, they've increased downwards velocity applied to Shivering Strike players when they are slow to more quickly pull them out of the air, and they fixed an issue where Shiver Strike or Thunder Crash could get the player stuck against soft ceilings and Crucible maps. So that has been adjusted. Moving over to Warlocks. Again, they getting touched again. It's like the third time for Warlocks, man. I hope we're done with them. Winter's Wrath. They've improved the tracking of Winter Wrath's projectiles. Now tracking strength decays from its max value over 10 seconds instead of 2.2. Okay, wow, now they can just find us again. They've increased the size of the Warlock super projectile proximity detonation radius from 1.5 meters to 1.65 meters. And the proximity detonation now starts at its largest and scales down from 40% over time. Seems like they're giving them a buff, honestly, and they're putting them back to where they were a little bit. Penumbral Blast, they decreased the Penumbral Blast damage against players from 80 to 30 damage, and then obviously in PvE it does not change. And then Ice Flare Bolts, they fixed the bug where the Ice Flare Bolts would continuously try to switch targets, so they would split off. It was super weird. And then they increased the target acquisition range of Ice Flare Bolts by 33%. Okay, I don't know what the original number was for that, or what it was sitting at. I believe it was probably around like 60 something, but not 60, around like 20 something. I'm not too sure, but we'll go look that up later. They've increased the turning speed of Ice Flare Bolts so they can more effectively hit nearby targets. All right, so that now it kind of think of it like those needler bullets. It might go around the corner, so just keep that in mind. All right, we might start hearing some complaints about a few of these things. Chaos Reach, they decrease the amount of super you get when canceling. Thank you, because that shit is stupid. Okay, God, thank you. All right, now for the general tuning. Y'all know what it is. I know this is what y'all been waiting for. Dusk Field Grenades. They've reduced how strongly they pull players inwards, effectively reducing the pull range from 9.5 meters to 6 meters in PvP. All right, PvE, for all of these changes, PvE is not affected. All right, remember that. They've reduced the slow stacks applied to players by the grenade detonation from 20 to 10. All right, they've reduced the slow stacks applied to players on each tick of the grenade from 10 to 5. And they've adjusted the UI representation of the slowed status to display slow stacks as X amount by 100. So instead of X by 10, to increase readability when adding slow stack amounts that are fewer than 10. All right, I'm not sure what this looks like just yet, but once we get in, I mean, obviously you'll go in, you'll see that. But as far as the other changes, all of it has been reduced. We'll see what kind of difference this will make in PvP. All right, everybody's been declaring Stasis is on like everybody's hunting Stasis people today. So this is gonna be super interesting, especially with Violence Banner this week. All right, Stasis Crystals, they reduced the shatter damage against players from 85 maximum to 55 being the minimum. All right, before to after now, which is 55 is the maximum and 25 is the minimum. Yikes. And then Whisper of Change, they reduced the Whisper of Change damage resistance bonus while in super from 25% from 25% to 5%. The damage resistance when not in super is unchanged. Okay, so yeah, that's some rough stuff. Stasis, y'all better be ready. It's Violence Week. Let's go. Iron Banner is here, and it's time to clap some cheeks. All right, get out there, go hunting after every one of these Stasis heathens and have fun. Hopefully these changes make it a little bit more balanced and easy to fight. I'm hoping I can get in there and just smash a couple of folks, because I'm back on my Warlock and we ready. All right, hope you guys enjoyed this video. Make sure you click the like button if it helped you out. It helps me out a lot. And make sure you click that subscribe button and click the bell next to it so you know when we post up our next video. Probably gonna be on Thursday for the TWAB, where you'll get my opinion on the new strike and everything else that's coming down the pipe. So I'll see you guys later, and until next time, peace.